Good afternoon, Red Raven fans. We are live at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Coffeyville, Kansas, ready to give you some live action here, Red Ravens men's and women's soccer. Alongside of me, the professor, the man himself, Zach Mitchell. How you doing, Zach?
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's going to be a good afternoon for soccer. Sunday afternoon.
As
And
Ryan Butcher always says,
Right.
it's a beautiful day for the beautiful game. When I woke up this morning, looked outside, kind of wet.
Yeah,
Didn't know if we were going to get these off today.
the sky was very sad, but it's cleared up. Everybody's in a good mood, and it's a young season. There's a lot to look forward to today.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I don't want to take all the credit for this beautiful weather, but I did go outside. I said, rain, rain, go away. Come again another day.
Preferably when it's a day we're broadcasting a sport that's inside, because then it doesn't matter.
Either way, I'm the reason why it's a beautiful weather today. Ryan Butcher, if you're out there.
Well, we assume we assume he's watching, listening, and bummed he's not here. Usually he's
Super
your
bummed.
co-conspirator on the mic. He was for the men's game last Friday. Today it's my pleasure to be here, Dirk Andrews. And
Well, it's good to have you, that's for sure. We are 1-0 officially on the season for this women's team.
Yep.
A lot of sophomores, but also a good mix of freshmen as well.
Coach Schicky always does a good job of having a balanced roster. It seems like and this is my fourth year here, and he's always had a good mix of leadership, yet promising freshmen.
And the important thing, I think, this year on this squad, the sophomores, we have a lot of sophomores in attack. So going forward, a lot of experience and a lot of skill in Christine Kataru and also Izzy Attenborough.
Yeah, that's right, and it's just nice when you're a coach who has to coach both men's and women's teams, which is not the case at most most colleges.
Yeah, that's true.
To be able to rely on leadership, especially at a two-year school where leadership can be tough to come by because everybody's basically the same age.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And another squad member that we will be bringing that leadership and skill, Ashley Talley, number 2. She plays in the midfield and she attacks as well. Anna Carroll out of Brazil, she brings that as well.
Well, having leadership in the midfield literally means you're balanced and stable across the whole field because they're able to direct both ends of the action.
Very good call there. So Izzy finds Talley in the middle. Let's see what the Red Ravens can do with this one here. Nice reversal of the ball. A lot of options. A lot of red shirts in there.
They're doing a good job of being a controlled attack here, keeping possession of the ball, multiple passes, nice and quick here, just kind of probing the defense.
Exactly right. Almost like a heavyweight fight. Both fighters just filling each other out, right? Izzy tried to play it over there to and a good defense from Metropolitan Community College, and they are located where, Zach Mitchell?
North Kansas City is the one that I Googled about 10 minutes before the game started.
Perfect.
I imagine it's them and not the one in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay. And for those who are watching out there from Metro, we welcome you. And Red Raven fans all across the globe as well, we welcome you. And what we just saw there is he tried to play a ball into Christine Kataru. Excellent vision there, just maybe one step off.
Well, you mentioned, feeling each other out and trying to get a handle for the way the other team is playing, and now we're seeing a little bit more aggressiveness from the Red Raven attack. But soccer, with a 45-minute half, but it's a running clock, can both be a long athletic experience, no timeouts, things like that. But
Sure.
also, running clock, games can go by very quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And sometimes for the fan, it's the exact same way.
Mhm.
If it's a big game, you're nervous. Ooh, that 45 minutes seems like it lasts a lifetime, 90 as well, and even into extra time if need be. And then sometimes if your team is playing well, mix up there, and Christine goes in.
And a miscommunication and a bare miss on the shot, and there's some confusion as to what exactly that was.
Yes, I mean, I was in the middle of a rant there. I don't even remember what I was saying, but all of a sudden I saw Izzy pick that ball up like it was nothing.
And you don't normally get gifted that.
Wow.
I think even the attacking players for Coffeyville were a bit thrown off their
Yes,
game.
they were. Yes, they were.
You wouldn't even practice that in practice.
Exactly. Well, so we already see a lot of aggressive play moving forward from Izzy, from Christine. That's going to result in some goals, that's for sure. Good defense in the midfield as well from the Red Ravens.
Oh, there you go. You mentioned goals. Coffeyville 1-0. The previous game with a victory of 9-1.
Goodness gracious.
Some of their friendlies earlier in the season where, again, you play a lot of players. You mentioned depth and experience both on this team. They've won 5-6-0. So this team anticipates putting the ball in the net a lot.
We anticipate that as well, that's for sure. Red Ravens knocking it around a little bit here. Talley's going to reverse the ball to the right-hand side. DeLeon looking at her options here.
And really, this is one of the few times early into this game that the ball's been kind of in midfield. Usually it's been within the 30-yard line as the Ravens are on the attack again.
There's Manley. Manley back to Kataru. Nice pass. Into the box and go. Go, 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 go.
Yeah,
Excellent 1-2 play right there.
Didn't take them long, did it? And again, they did a good job of controlling the ball in the midfield, setting up the attack, and then they can really flip that switch in a heartbeat. They went from controlled attack to ball in the back of the net.
Chuck Reed, if you're out there watching, so Chuck Reed asked me if I could hold a 38-second goal count. I don't think I was very close on that one. But I think there's more to come, and so I'll have more chances to get there.
I anticipate you getting that opportunity, and next time I'll bust out the stop.
All right, so here's a replay. We see Manley finds Kataru. Kataru, no hesitation, and in.
That replay was way too fast, y'all. Slow it down next time.
And right from the kickoff, Metropolitan back down into the Red Raven defensive end. First signs of life we've seen from them so far.
Yeah. Again, Coffeyville's defenders don't usually, like early in the season, both this season and last season, really were more of secondary attackers, given how potent the offensive talents are in this Red Raven roster.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we see Izzy find Kataru down the right-hand side, but Metropolitan able to clean that one up before anything bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
Red Ravens in midfield, going to get this one to the backhand side. Going to play it down this left-hand side. Finds Anna and forward to Izzy. Just a little long on that one. Great vision, though.
Well, and how, Dirk, throughout a season, this is soccer can go from August to kind of the end of October, so it's truncated in terms of overall time on a calendar. But when you play so many games and you're out on the field for so long, how much better does a team get in terms of nailing that timing on attacks throughout the year?
So much better, so much better. You get comfortable with your teammates and maybe where they're going to cut, when they're going to cut. Sometimes it's just a look that you get from the other person. You say, okay, they're about to make their move. And that comes through practice. That comes through even, hanging out in the dorms, going to lunch together. It really is a personal thing. This is the second, third game of the season. We're going to see it get better for sure as the season goes along. And I guarantee that's one of Shicky's main goals there. And good defense here from Metro.
Ooh, that was a nice move.
Yes, it was. Nice theft in the middle there, trying to build up some numbers, but Red Raven defense able to get back.
Kind of build that net, kind of wall them off and slow the attack down.
Yeah, good job there. Anna Carroll giving some pressure. Metro's just going to see what they can get out of this. Nice reversal. Oh, good defense there from DeLeon. She stepped right up, and no harm, no foul there. Just good physical play.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray area in terms of appropriate contact versus not allowed contact in a game like soccer. Really, it's one of the more contact-heavy sports. Most people think of American football as the number one contact sport, and that's actually not true. It's the number one collision sport, because that's the idea is in American football is to collide into somebody.
So the wording definitely matters, and that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, but in soccer, there's you're always putting the body on somebody, which is impressive in a field that is this big and there's so much space to take up. It's a physical game.
A lot of good points there. You should write a book.
That sounds like a lot of work.
You should write a book about that.
That sounds like it would require work ethic, and I like sitting in a chair, commentating, and sounding almost smart.
All right, Kataru with the theft in the middle. Finds Izzy. Izzy in and, just over the bar. Did the keeper get a touch to that one? Yes, she did.
You got to give a shout-out to the keeper, and we also need to give a shout-out to our athletic director, Jeff Liger, was in the background of that shot momentarily, running down soccer balls at a soccer game.
Jeff does everything.
That's
Honestly,
impressive.
Coach Liker, it is.
Oh,
He's
phenomenal.
everywhere. Yes, he is. That's for sure.
I want to make sure he's his work is rewarded there on the broadcast, because it's not. I wouldn't want to be running those down, Dirk. I know you're a pinnacle of being in shape. But,
there's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
So Tally's going to put this one in. First corner for the Red Ravens. Nice one in.
Ooh, good hands.
Yeah, she had, I think, was that Anna running on that far post.
Just not quite enough on the lob. That's something that will, again, more practice, become better throughout the year.
Sure. No doubt about that. Nonetheless, Red Ravens with the ball again. Manley plays it over to DeLeon. DeLeon forward. Kataru. She's dancing over there. We've had some very good ball handlers throughout the years.
Absolutely. We've been really blessed as fans of this team especially I can only speak for the last few years, but to have really individually talented players that can make their teammates better at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
That's something fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. Some creativity in the middle. And speaking in the middle, great defense there. Good step up.
Yeah, and Metro, again, kind of trying to take advantage of even having the ball in their possession. And there, again, Coffeyville again on another run out. But the Red Ravens definitely owning the ball here in this first half.
Yes, they are, enforcing their will and looking for that second goal. Manley plays it forward to Tally. Tally, oh, nice move there. She's just going to use her wills to get by. Izzy in the middle.
Ooh.
Excellent service and into the box there.
It was a good strike. It was a good try on that cross there. Just again, timing just a little bit off, but the Ravens definitely being more aggressive in this one.
Yes, they look sharp, very, very sharp. Just be a matter of time before they put that number 2 goal up there.
Well, and when it comes to being aggressive like that, how important, even if you don't get the ball into the back of the net, how important are those early strikes into a game?
No doubt about it. I think it gets the opposing team, it makes them think, hey, we have to be on guard. Whenever you make the other team make plays, you're going to find yourself in good positions. You know, forcing them to make plays, forcing them to make the saves, forcing them to make those, defensive slides, keeping at it, knocking at that door over and over and over again. Instead of letting the opponent enforce their will onto you, we're enforcing our will onto them.
Well, and with a 1-goal lead, again, that lead is slim, but in the same time in soccer, that can be the entire score.
Yeah, you're
possibly.
exactly right.
So,
yes.
How does that come into play with a goal that quick?
You know, I think sometimes it helps the team that scored loosen up just a little bit. You know, they're like, oh, okay, we put one up on the board. It worked. Let's try something, else. And it goes back to practice and what you, all the drills that you go through during practice, trusting, what Shiki says. Ooh, this worked. Let's try it again. Let's do something different.
Well, this early in the year, you got to be trying almost everything.
True.
Because it's so hard to simulate, even in friendlies or in practice, moments like this in a game that are going to come back and really define whether your season ends before or in the postseason.
And you have injuries, you have players get hot, you have players go cold. And, it's not just the 11 on the field or not just the, 11 or 12 that get the most time. It's right. Everybody, that's for sure.
Well, you got to have good depth on your not only during a game but even in practice situations.
Yes.
So the players who are on the field most often can get better when it's not game time.
You're exactly right. And when in doubt, kick it out. Metro just going to live to fight another day there. Red Ravens on the attack.
But anything to slow down the Red Raven attack, right? I mean, there's been a lot of pressure put on by these red jerseys, and it actually looked like it was out of bounds, off maybe a ricochet off of Coffeyville. So Metro not only getting the ball out, and then now I'm just saying stuff that doesn't actually appear to be true.
I was confused as well, but I guess there was a little bit of body on that kick right there, so she's going to get the free kick. So Metro knocking the ball around, trying to find that open seam in the Red Raven defense. Not able to, that's for sure. Good step up from the back line.
And there we see a slip. And you mentioned the rain earlier in the broadcast, and it's rained over 1.5 inches today. So the weather might not be raining now. A good job by the Red Raven defenders to get back and then knock that ball out. But turf holds on to moisture fairly well. It's not like the same as playing on grass where there could be puddles and muddy and slow down the action. What actually it kind of can trick an athlete into, you still play fast because you don't see the water out there, but you will slip a little bit because it isn't quite as sure footing as it normally would be.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. It can get slick, that's for sure. Trying to play fast. And here we go, corner from Metro. First one of the game for them. Dangerous ball into the box. Bouncing around just a little bit.
And that would be the second attempt there for Metro. Really quick, really kind of back-to-back strike. So they're being a little more aggressive, trying to return the favor to Coffeyville, but unable to get it into the net.
Well, when you asked me that question earlier about what a 1-0 lead can do to a team, and on the flip side of that, it could actually wake up the other team that conceded the goal, to tell you the truth.
It's almost like a wake-up slap, right?
Exactly. And as a coach, you don't want it to have to come to that, but you're also looking for your players to respond in a positive way.
Yeah, and again, early in the year, it can be good to feel that moment of pressure, and coaches are always talking about wanting their teams to feel some adversity, and not always on the field necessarily, but it's kind of a good situation to be in to where you have to play with some urgency.
Yeah, no doubt about that. See how they respond,
Exactly.
and hopefully it will get stronger and better as the year goes on, and it kind of gives the coach an idea, okay, well, we need to work on this, or, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yep.
Red Raven defense, I was going to say that took a touch off of the Metro player, so that's going to go over to the Red Ravens. Good job by the Red Raven back line, number 4, Stacia Spears. Sophomore, another one of those sophomores bringing a lot of experience to the team. Ashley Talley, good job of getting out of that there. Fancy footwork, going to play that one back and up. Number 22, Ward.
Ooh, and a collision there on the 25-yard line, and somebody's down, and they're going to stop play on that one. It looked like maybe somebody knocked knees.
Well, and that's true, and you know how bad knock knees can hurt.
Oh.
She's up,
Ooh.
and she's doing well. What's the case there? She did get the ball, but yet she came through the back of the player. And so, yeah, technically, I mean, she did get the ball. It was a pretty good defensive play, but coming through the back of the player, that is definitely a no-no. So Metro set up with a free kick here. Looks like 2 Red Ravens in the wall, straight toward goal. No problems there. That far out, wasn't quite sure if she was going to look for a teammate in the box or go toward goal, and she did. Not bad overall.
Really, nobody really dove in after it, so I think her teammates kind of thought that was just going to be the shot itself, but it looked like a good kick.
Yeah, not bad at all. It was on target, and that's really what you're hoping for first and foremost from a free kick.
That's right.
So ball over to Metro. Metro's going to throw this one in. Red Ravens stepping up quickly on defense. That's going to go right back over to the Red Ravens. DeLeon plays this one into Manley. Manley to Kataru. Nice 1-2 there. Nice play offensively and defensively. Kataru is going to battle to the end for this one, and she wins this throw in.
Now, looks like a substitution. Red Ravens changing it up a little bit.
Yeah,
getting some fresh legs in there.
Yeah, some fresh legs in there. Looks like, who do we have coming in? We'll get you that name here shortly.
Yep. And that'll be a Dirk pronunciation because I don't want to offend anybody, and we all know how poorly I can butcher a name.
Nah, so. You don't give yourself enough credit.
Right. You almost called me butcher there.
I did.
Maybe I was giving you too much credit.
Well,
no, I would prefer for those listening at home, and then for any athletes who might want to watch this on YouTube after the game's over, that everybody has a good experience. So I'll stop talking sometime soon.
Nope, you just got to keep on keeping on.
Dirk says as he wants somebody to talk to.
That ball rolls and rolls out of bounds for the Red Ravens.
Yeah, it looks like the Ravens are going to be on the attack once again here, and it's just going to be a common phrase we're going to say a lot this season.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to keep possession a lot. I feel like they're going to get a lot of shots, maybe not tons on target, but a lot of shots. And the more shots you get, the more likely they are going to be on target. This law of averages, right?
Well, yeah, you can't score if you don't shoot, and a lot of sports, especially like something like basketball, which soccer has a lot in common with, is we see another attack as a mistake.
Oh,
wow.
Nice save there from the goalie. Kataru went hard left and low.
Yeah. Looked like a good decision, too. Just an excellent job by the goalkeeper to get a mid on that and to knock that out.
Even some of the Red Raven fans up here in the booth giving applause to that save right there. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that was an impressive job. Not the first time she's done that this game, by the way.
That's true, yeah. It could easily be 3-0 right now if
Absolutely.
It weren't for her athletic skills. Oh, ball into the box. That was dangerous. I think ahead.
I believe so, yeah.
Did get onto that ball, but just wasn't able to get up and over it. Impressive balls into the box, that's for
Yeah.
sure, today for the Lady Ravens.
Well, Coach Tricky for the Red Ravens likes to have aggressive teams, right? I mean, if you're not
True.
if you're not trying to punch one in every time, I mean, what's the point? So, and I don't want to speak for him on that instance or anything like that. But again, I like the way his team is playing. They're really pushing downhill.
I think they understand that they. Oh, and nice
Ooh.
play back there. Izzy into
Oh,
the
wow.
box. Oh, wow, another save there.
Wow, she's earning her scholarship on this one.
Yes, she is. Wow, excellent vision there, though, to
Yes.
play that back to Attenborough, who was just waiting for that on the top of the box.
And I believe that was just a one-touch shot. So not waiting for the defense to get ready, but it doesn't matter when the goalkeeper is on fire.
Izzy has a big boot. Oh, nice play there from Metro. Nutmeg City there. Going to play the 1-2 here. Excellent job. Shot on.
Ooh, dangerous.
And a good save from the Red Raven goalie as well.
Absolutely. Who hasn't had a lot of action this season. I know it's a young season, but even in friendlies, not a lot of opponent shots on goal.
All right, so now the game is into full mode here, I think, that both teams feeling good about themselves. Great attacks. Kataru, just a little too far for her.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. And that's something, again, where if we're playing on grass with the weather like
Makes
we've
a
had,
difference.
the ball's just going to be
Yeah.
slower. The action is very fast, and that's something that can be a home field advantage with a team later in the season when you're used to that home field.
And I think with our speed, we can definitely exploit that.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. We just have to come to that understanding of the type of weight that needs to be put on that pass. But once that comes, there's a handball there.
Yeah, that was just inadvertent, but
Sure,
you gotta keep the hands down.
Red Ravens wasting no time at all, and I like that.
Yeah, if you've got the ball, go for it. Let's try to get another goal. Let's get going.
Well, and not that the momentum has shifted so much, but yet we now see the Metro offense operating a lot smoother, a lot sharper than what they were. So the Red Ravens thinking we need to go ahead and put one more up on the board. Nice move by Christine.
Yeah.
But an even better job by the defender to come out, or the goalie to come out and get that one. Both teams are awake now. This is exciting.
Yeah,
a lot of action.
Yeah, after a goal within about 4 to 5 minutes from CCC, both teams, you mentioned it, have been very awake. Still, shots on goal advantage is the advantage towards the home team, but Metro there, again, putting the ball on the other side of the field, and just those little moments have to add up, right?
You're exactly right. Soccer is a sport where one team can dominate. Well, in all sports it could be like this, but one team can dominate the whole game, but it just takes one shot, and that's it. It can change everything.
Well, just because the point values of a score in soccer are so small that one mistake can then lead to 1 point, which can decide an entire game versus something like basketball or even football or especially like volleyball, where there's just so many scores throughout the game that can change things up.
Yeah, I mean, you have time maybe as a player to make up for a mistake, or even if you get beat on the play, you can go right back down the court and do something to make up for it. Not so much in soccer.
Right.
A lot of patience, a lot of team play.
Yeah, obviously in basketball there are games decided by 1 or 2 points, but it's hard to say that the layup or the jump shot you gave up halfway through the second quarter was the one that beat you, right? But in soccer you can point to very specific moments, and that's why the more shot, like you said, the more shots on goal you have are more moments and more opportunities you have just to increase or to decrease your deficit or increase your lead.
Well, and sometimes the scrutiny that these soccer players face, my goodness, because their mistakes are just right there for everyone to see.
Absolutely.
It takes someone with a lot of guts to play this sport and be successful. Oh, beautiful cross-field pass. First touch was tricky. Christine going to dance a little bit. What can she see? And thought she had the 1-2 there, but just didn't have it going. Had the 1, but not the 2.
And that was kind of you mentioned the touch on that run out, but it's kind of a bad bounce, really.
Yeah,
it looked like the ball kind of got away from everybody, but you got to credit Metro's defense to run back there and kind of wall off that attack.
Exactly. Exciting soccer right now from both sides. And you talked about a game lulling. You talked about a game going by fast. This type of action makes this half seem like it's just flying by.
It really has. I mean, it's been only about 18 minutes since that first goal, but we're now halfway through the first half, and both teams look evenly matched.
Exactly. So let's see what we have here. Red Ravens trying to work the ball forward. Good job to step up there and just try to make something happen downfield. Unfortunately, we'll go back over to Metro. So Red Raven fans, keep in mind, following the women's game, we will have the men.
Yeah.
Starting about 6 o'clock, give or take however long this one takes.
That's right. You can't ever anticipate overtimes, extra clock stoppage, things like that. But, the men's game should start right here on the same YouTube channel, KUSN 98.1. It should be around 6:30 or so is when they should get going, and we're excited for that one as well.
Yeah, definitely. So action down
nice
here.
Job.
Yeah, on the defensive end, CCC having to step up and
Well,
play their part.
And not only to get the ball out of there a little bit, but to put the ball back in play where your midfielders have a chance to go get it and make something happen. A good job of not just kicking the ball out of bounds.
And here again, we see Izzy Attenborough finds Christine
She
Kataru.
can fly.
That has been the connection all day. Another great stop. Tally's there. Tries to put a head on it.
Wow. What an effort.
Great effort from both teams right there.
Absolutely.
That is exciting stuff.
The goalkeeper is going to sleep well tonight. She's going to be tired, but what an effort to get back, not only to deflect the first one, to get back and to grab the ball inches from the goal line.
If I had a nickel for every time I was going to say in this match today, Izzy Attenborough to Christine Kataru, I might be a rich man.
That would be nice, right? But it's a good. They've got some good chemistry and good teamwork
no
out
doubt
there
about
on
it.
the attack.
Two sophomores played together last year.
Yeah, just know how to play. They're definitely next level kind of players.
Yes, they are. And excellent job right there by number 2, Ashley Talley, using her body to box out the player from Metro.
Yeah, and you've mentioned her name a couple of times already today, and she's kind of, again, as a midfielder, you have to be a little bit of jack of all trades, kind of fit into that attack, but also on defense.
You're exactly right. A box-to-box midfielder. She's helping with the attack, but then she's also back trying to defend as well.
Well, and that's just, again, the coverage and what the confidence that the coaching staff can have of just knowing, again, you say box to box.
Oh, and here we go.
Nice
Bad
job.
pass, and
Wow, and that's the second time Coffeyville's kind of been gifted an opportunity with a shot like that, kind of a similar situation. But
the back line from Metro.
Some confusion. And they've done a good job in other circumstances.
Yes, they have.
As defenders, but there's just, again, is that early season jitters? What is that exactly?
I think it does play up to that for sure. You can point towards that. However, the coach isn't going to just rest easy at night to say, "No, well, it's early season jitters." He's going to be on him in practice.
I don't know a single coach
that
would
for
let
sure.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that would let that go.
But I think it is though, and just maybe underestimating the speed of Izzy and Christine up top. I'm not sure.
Well, and I was going to ask, Coffeyville's definitely been having the advantage in terms of shots on goal and attacks. So does that have anything to do play psychologically with how defenders might make a mistake like
You're exactly right. Yeah, because they feel like, oh, well, I don't have a lot of time. I know this player is very fast, and it puts pressure on themselves. Yeah, they might make a bad decision. They seem to be giving a lot of space to Christine on that right-hand side, and if they're just going to let her run, then might as well give it to her long.
Well, and it's only a one-goal deficit for Metro, and we've got still over 65 minutes left in this ball game. But when it comes to trying to make up a deficit in one go, does that also play into mistakes made possibly?
No doubt about it. I mean, it's like whenever you're down in basketball, you have to tell yourself, we're not going to get all the points back just in one shot. You have to be patient. And here we see Izzy, this left-hand side, options in front of her. She's going to play it into the box, and almost a perfect pass there. Good job by the goalie to step up. And I'm really enjoying this Izzy to Kataru playmaking here.
Yeah, definitely going to be something we'll be repeating throughout the year.
Like I said, nickel for every time. I'd be a rich man, that's for sure.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have to pay you.
Oh, but believe me, folks, they're paying me the big bucks. No doubt about it.
Yeah. I think a sandwich from Subway once a year. Is that what I'm up to?
No doubt about it. Looks like we have a substitution here. Looks like Manley's going to come off and is going to come back in.
One of the few times in a game of soccer where the ball really stops and the action can kind of slow down a little bit. So is this, how big is that for defenders for a team that's been on the defensive most of the game?
Oh, it's huge. It's definitely huge. And it's almost like a timeout for them as well. The coach is able to bark in some orders, move people around. They're able to talk to each other as well. it could be
I was
big.
about to say, we talked about communication issues, and if you're able to, for the first time in a game, say, hey, this isn't working, or you need to move here on that, that's going to be huge going forward, any chance you get.
Exactly. And another bad pass there. Izzy to the box. Just nobody there. Everyone over on that side trying to attack. Good vision. So just about 17 minutes left in this first half. Feels like we should probably have 4 or 5 by now with the amount of possession we've had and the amount of shots on target, but still a very enjoyable game.
Well, and is that something that a coach will address in a locker room? Is that more of like a negative thing of, hey, we need to be doing better, or is it more of a, hey, we have done a really good job of being the aggressor, putting pressure on, those shots are going to fall in the second half? Which kind of is it?
Well, and like you said earlier, I don't want to talk for Shicky, that's for sure. But I, as a coach, I think would try to play the half, full card there. Why bring any negativity toward what we've seen so far in the first half? Because if it were the opposite and we didn't have any shots on goal, now that would be a problem there. But the fact that we're playing so freely, we're enjoying ourselves, I would just say, hey, keep it up.
Yeah, I agree. I'm more of a positive message guy myself. I think sometimes coaches can be way too harsh on players. And I like the way Coach Shicky controls that sideline and locker room.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're enjoying their football right now. That's for sure. And so here we go. Breakaway for the Red Ravens. Izzy trying to get on the end of this, but is unable to. Continued attack there. Number 10, Atkinson, she's on the ball. Plays it over to DeLeon. Unfortunately, DeLeon out of bounds. Red Ravens substitute ready to come on, but they're just going to continue play here. Throw in from Metro. Red Ravens able to clean that up. Tally in the midfield. Just over the head of the Red Raven midfielder there, but good thinking. Red Raven's always looking to go forward ever since the kickoff.
Yeah, really.
And ball down the sideline. Oh, tried to clear it there, just unable to. Metro looking at a pretty good ball here. Options in the middle, but just unable to get that curve on it. Be a goal kick for the Red Ravens. So, Zach Mitchell, did you know?
I didn't.
Oh, I bet you did. That the volleyball team here at Coffeyville ranked number 1 in the preseason poll.
They're pretty good.
I hear they're okay. I mean, you win 2 national titles in a row.
Yeah.
You must be doing something right.
They've won a couple of matches the last couple of years.
Just a couple.
And they've got a fairly decent coach on the sidelines.
She's won a couple of awards.
Yep. And I got to say, both head coach and assistant coach.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
They've been together, for 3 years now? Will this be the third year?
I think this is their 4th. I think Coach Jessica Anderson showed up when I did 4 years ago, which obviously I relate everything back to me. I'm a very selfish person. But
time reference-wise, though, we completely understand.
Right. And what a hire, by the way, to bring her in.
Sure.
Coffeyville Athletics looking to have a really good year across the board. Soccer, volleyball, football, basketball, track's always up there. And then
yes, they are. And so here's a ball into the box.
Oh.
Chip. Oh! Go. Chip to Malou. Wow.
What a play.
Zach, I don't know if you're going to see a prettier goal all year. I mean, this is the second game of the season. I watch a lot of football myself, but there might not be a prettier goal all season long.
And I got to say, that goal is predated by all of the saves that the goalkeeper for Metro has done. A lot of diving saves. So what does Coffeyville do? You got to get the ball in the air. You got to get some elevation on it. Lobs it right overhead, bounce into the back of the net. And now Coffeyville with a commanding 2-goal lead with 13 and a half to play in the first half.
Folks at home, you can't see me in the booth, but I had to stand up for that one. I had to stand up. That was as somebody might say, Purdy. That was Purdy. That
Well,
was a pretty goal right there. A lot of skill, a little bit of luck involved in that.
just
But
a
she put herself in the correct position to be able to make the play.
You got to make your own luck, though, and that comes from talent. And I got to say, folks at home, if you wanted to see Dirk celebrate, as the director of the digital communication program, I apologize, and we will have a Dirk cam next game.
They need to have a dirt cam. They need to go ahead and give me a GoPro.
Absolutely, just right in front of your face, just following you around.
Well, that was an excellent goal there.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
And
we'll be talking about that for a while.
And the most important part of that goal was it broke up whatever I was talking about. And so now we can get back to the action. And a wonderful job here. And that's the way you want to really, again, we've got 12 and a half left in this half, so a lot more can happen. But
Sure.
A good job by Coffeyville to stay aggressive and to get that second goal after so many opportunities is going to be a confidence booster going into halftime.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Knocking on Metropolitan's door. Finally got through and looking for another one, to tell you the truth.
Well, why not? Again, this team accustomed to having a large lead on the scoreboard and to make the scorekeeper pretty busy. Again, 9-1 is was the score of their first game of the year. Now up 2-0 over Metro, and it's looking like this team is not woken up, but gotten even more comfortable.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that is going to get stronger as the year goes. And we touched upon that just a little bit. The Kataru to Attenborough connection has been wonderful. We see midfielders able to come up and join in on the attack as well. And so here we go, Metro with a throw-in.
And here's an opportunity for Metro. If they're going to get a goal, this would be a great opportunity right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Just before halftime. And that ball is up. Oh, and dangerous.
Nice job.
That
nice
is
recovery.
For sure. Yes, that was.
And that's something where our Coffeyville's goalkeeper hasn't had a lot of action so far, and that's something where your mind slips a little bit. You get a little bit complacent, and that's a goal for Metro, but good focus.
Yes.
And good hands.
Yeah, that could have easily changed the score right there. Lamp with a good job, though, just staying focused.
Absolutely.
Making sure to keep that from crossing the line.
And that could be an underrated moment in this game. We talk about those small moments building
You're right.
up, but that's a simple shift. You mentioned now this game could be 4-5-0 at this point, but that could have easily been 2-1.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That changes all the momentum going in to halftime, to the locker room, and into the second half, that's for sure. So throw in from Metro. Looks like Manley was able to get ahead on that, but Metro comes up with it overall and gives it right back to the Red Ravens.
And the camera guy down there getting involved in the action. By the way, standing on the brand new track.
Brand new track.
Yeah, that's going to be out here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
And that's an awesome thing.
Oh, absolutely.
For all of our athletes, in particular the track team.
Well, and they
deserve
absolutely deserve it. They had a wonderful season last year, both in indoor and outdoor track. And, and, of course, going back to the aforementioned volleyball team, again, Coffeyville, the athletic programs here, the expectations are sky high for not just the coaches, but obviously the players who come in every single year to replace those who departed the previous year to four-year schools to continue their craft.
And they know about it when they come in, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Ball into the box, dangerous.
Good hands.
Yeah, no problems there.
Good awareness.
It was a dangerous cross, yet really no one there to get on the end of it other than the Red Raven goalkeeper.
And a good job being aggressive as the goalkeeper, not to stand on that back line, but to go up there and get the ball.
It would be easy, into the second half, up to just to get complacent. It really would be. But I know that Coach Schicky and the other players on the team aren't going to let her do that.
Well, no, you want to play. And how do you play and how do you make Coach happy is you continue to play as if it's 0-0 the entire game.
Nice run out here. 3-on-3. And that's going to fall off. And what's the call there? That's going to be 3-0 Red Ravens.
Nice
Excellent job there. Number 6, Manley, quick feet there, getting through the crowd of Metropolitan defenders.
Oh, absolutely. And good job of just a relentless attack. We talked about it all half, that Coffeyville's not really giving up and trying to put in more and more goals. But there, 2 goals now in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Is fatigue setting in? We've only got 9 minutes till they get to go to the locker room. Those defenders for Metro have got to be at least a little tired.
So I want to give credit there, Atkinson, Manley, Kataru connection. But,
nice.
Yeah, I do want to harp back to what we were talking about and look at it from the other side of things. Yeah, the Red Ravens could get complacent being up 2-0. But what about a team being down 2-0? You know, at
Right.
the end of half thinking,
Exactly.
okay, well, this team, they're up 2, what's the big deal? As we see Atkinson in again, puts a boot to it.
Ooh.
Close enough. I mean, that wasn't so bad.
But
Not a bad shot.
Just think about, Metro gives up a goal 20 seconds ago, and immediately they're on the defensive again.
Yep.
And Coffeyville doing an excellent job of trying to establish their brand of soccer is just relentless attack over and over and over again. That's got to spell success, maybe not even just for this game, but going throughout the season.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, even other teams watching film, on the Red Ravens will see that, and they'll have to put that into their game plan. No doubt about it.
Well, just to know your conditioning is going to have to be in a top flight. Just in terms of overall being able to run the entire game. Because if you mess up, if you let up one time, that ball's in the back of the net.
Energy in soccer is just so important, I feel like. I mean, over 90 minutes, sometimes it really does come down to fatigue and maybe who wants it more and who can get into those positions quicker.
And some people might think that's a coaching cliche or that's just whatever. It's a movie quote. But really, how many times if you just study sports, and especially a game like soccer where you can really both analyze like this camera angle we've got right here where it's so wide that you can see all of the small moments and how a play sets up, but also go down and watch a game, get down right on the sidelines and see the passion and the energy that you can see both leaving players as the game goes on and they get tired, and also just the excitement at junior college athletics when they see some success.
You're exactly right. I'm not even going to have to add on to that right there.
I wouldn't, because I don't really know what I said. I just threw words at you, and I hope it sounds all right.
That word salad was quite scrumptious, to tell you the truth. Marche liked it.
I need to get back on a diet. Salad sounds good.
No, come on now.
Oh, I'm telling you, Dirk, you're the one who's in shape up here. I just like sitting down. But,
well, I run 5 miles a day.
Well, there you go. Well, so you could, you might be able to be a defender, but there's no way I could stop this Red Raven attack where they'd run right by me, no quick.
They'd run right by both of us, and I like that. As Metro, just looking for something, some sort of positive end to this half here. Coach Schicky definitely feeling good about where his team sits. I'm sure, like I said, his halftime speech will be a positive, a lot of encouragement, and maybe he'll be able to get some of the bench players in. Get them some run out.
Well, and he talks a lot about wanting to grow that depth. And you got to recruit talent, knowing that they're not going to be starters or maybe play a lot, but they can grow.
Excellent.
Nice job. No, absolutely. That was way more important than
anything
I was going to say.
Man.
Oh, and a nice attack there. But you want to be able to give those players who work so hard in practice opportunity to see the field, because that's, again, where good personal growth is going to come from. That might pay off dividends in the postseason.
Yeah, number 3, Sparks trying to get on the end of that one. We see a sub here. Looks like Tally will go out for some much needed and deserved rest.
Absolutely. Done a very good job. She'll probably sit the last 6 minutes. She gets all of halftime. I think it's about a 15-minute break. You come back in the second half.
Looks like Buckingham will come in, assume a role in the midfield. Looks like Anna, good job battling there.
Some more physicality. Sorry, I just forgot how to talk there for a second, which if you have taken any of my classes or listened to this broadcast, you would know is not usually a problem for me. But, I like when usually when you think about being physical, you think about defenders, but Coffeyville, the attackers, using their body.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And
Dirk, you keep telling me that, but I'm not usually right. Just ask my students anytime. I'm usually
wrong. Did you not give me that $20 bill to tell me exactly that? I mean, I thought there was an agreement there.
I cut you a check. I put it in the memo. Yeah,
I mean, you gave me that. I thought it was.
It might have been. Was it a 20? I meant to give you a 10.
It was fresh. I know that. It was fresh.
Right off the printer.
As we see some more substitutions here. Well-deserved, that's for sure. And you at home can't hear this, but we can actually hear it up in the booth. Not a huge crowd, but a lot of noise coming from the crowd.
Enthusiasm. Obviously the men's team for CCC is here. They're probably going to warm up during halftime as well.
And they're always cheering their teammates on and vice versa, which is always a very cool thing to see.
And I think a byproduct of that is Coach Schicky being the head coach for both teams. You get kind of more unison that way, a more cohesive campus, which is something that we at Coffeyville really enjoy. Small town, small campus, but having everybody kind of being connected like that is super valuable.
Might as well support each other. As there was
a speech class from Dirk.
There you go. Take a speech class from me. Life will be good. You were talking about
put that on a T-shirt.
Contact and collision. A lot of contact and collision right there in the midfield. Red Ravens will get a free kick here.
not very many of those so far in the game.
No,
Really
not really.
Not many infractions at all by either team. It's been a very clean, well-played game.
Oh,
No!
wow. Yeah, and, man.
That one's tough.
It is. We talked about the scrutiny that some players are under,
That's a lot of
and
pressure.
certain positions are under more scrutiny than others as well.
I would agree.
That is a position. It's like being a center in basketball. You're gonna get dunked on if you're trying to do your job, and unfortunately, she there made a mistake just simply trying to do her job.
Kind of an own goal. It's almost actually going back to the basketball reference of tipping the ball into your own goal, trying to get the rebound because she was trying to clear the ball. And instead, now she was under some pressure. There were some Coffeyville players there in attack. And by the way, Dirk, who gets credit for that goal?
Honestly, it's given the defender is given the credit as an own goal.
Oh, so it's almost like a minus goal there.
Yeah, so it's not as if the last person who touched it for the Red Ravens will get that goal. It's just written down as the OG, whatever player that was.
See,
it's an own goal.
Because in basketball, whoever is either the closest to the ball for the team that scored or the guy who shot it would get credit.
Oh, well, that's interesting, actually, and. Ooh, another interesting ball there. And honestly, give credit to the Red Ravens for putting the ball into those pressured areas and making them make plays. You just never know what might happen.
Oh, it was a beautiful kick.
Yes, yes, it was.
Nice hang time, was able to lob in there. There were some players in the vicinity. It's just one of those things that happen, especially early in the season.
And the height of the ball, too, gave the defender some trouble. She... honestly wasn't quite sure if she should put a foot to that, maybe put a chest to it, maybe a head to it. Now, looking back on it, maybe she should have done, the latter of the two options. But, again, early in the season, they'll work on that. She'll get better because of that play, that's for sure.
Oh, there is a negative to having too many options. And sometimes it's just to go with what's your instinct. And there, again, another mistake. But, again, Coffeyville going to take advantage of that 4-goal lead and be able to play it really loose and enthusiastic the rest of this game.
Speaking of enthusiasm, you have Lamp out there. You have Sparks as well. You have Atkinson still putting a lot of pressure on that Metropolitan defense.
And that's something where junior college athletics is so unique because not only are you trying to win and do well for the program you're at right now, but you're also trying to showcase that you have skills to go on to the next level. And so that's something where I really think as fans of athletics, you watch junior college, you know that throughout the entire game they're going to be playing their hardest because even if you see the field for 5-10 minutes, that's going to be the most important chance you get to get recruited for the next level. So,
yeah, you're exactly right.
You never really have wasted moments in any junior college athletics because everybody's trying to prove something.
And if you can get that through to your players, having all of them wanting to give that 110%, man, think about what you could accomplish coming to that collective mindset.
Well, those are the best coaches and those are the best programs, and that's something Coffeyville is looking to continue to grow into.
Sure. No doubt about it. About 3 minutes left here in this first half, just winding it down. Scoreline is correct, 4-0 already from the Red Ravens. We talked about the firepower and the capabilities, and we're seeing it playing out in front of us.
Well, and again, Coffeyville kind of right on track to where they were Friday, just 2 days ago, when they won against University. 9-1. So, although Coffeyville doing a better job on defense so far in this game, with giving up only a goose egg. Although Metro has had some opportunities.
They have. We've played our game. Like we've talked about earlier, we've definitely enforced our style onto them, and it's been enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and Coffeyville doing an excellent job of getting a lot of people involved in this attack, by the way. You've done an excellent job of listing off dozens of names of players who have really made a good impact so far.
Let's just hope I got it right. Any parents who are listening out there, if I got it wrong, feel free. It's okay. Comment.
And make sure when you do comment that you blame Ryan Butcher.
Ryan Butcher's the one to blame. Probably every time something like that comes up.
If he were here, he would have said the name correctly, and we'd have had this solved. So, and again, those fine folks at home would not have to listen to my voice. So yeah, we're gonna blame that one squarely on one of our favorite English comp teachers.
And so, referees getting together, despite what we see on the scoreboard, it looks as if halftime
has commenced.
And so
Not only the official scoreboard here in the stadium looks to be it had 1 minute and 50 seconds left, but the officials not what they had, and again they have the final say. Usually though it's the reverse,
Yeah,
where
and
they add extra time after the buzzer goes, but it looks to be. The troops for the Ravens are headed into the locker room.
well,
So
if there's one thing I learned from my childhood, it's just to follow the rules.
There you
Okay,
go.
and so we're going to follow the rules here. We're
Mhm.
going to go with what we have. 4-0 at halftime. Zach, let's go. Let's go run a couple miles downstairs. Let's go get in a nice good run, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes or so.
All right, Dirk's going to run for me. I'll see you then.
We'll see you. We would like to welcome you back, Red Raven fans, to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Coffeyville, Kansas. First half, an exciting first half. My goodness, Zach Mitchell, 4-0. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it was, and the Coffeyville got started right from the get-go.
Exactly right.
Trying to just put in the ball in the back of the net. Never really let up. There was a couple of mishaps from the defenders for Metro, but that comes more from, as we talked about in the first half, of having to deal with an attacking presence that CCC gave them the entire first 45 minutes.
Probably a lot like fighting Mike Tyson in the early 90s boxing ring, to tell you the truth. 3 goals from Red Raven players and then 1 from an own goal. And so let's maybe we'll try maybe to take a look at a couple of replays from the first half. We, as a team, I'm thinking Coach Schicky probably in the locker room told him, hey, let's just keep this up. So here we go. Replay here.
Yeah, and this is going to be one that we talked about with a mental mistake. Just that was the 4th goal for Coffeyville, and that's something where, again, there was Coffeyville presence there in terms of putting pressure on the defender. But that came from an entire half of Metro having to be on their A game the entire time, and were unable to be able to keep Coffeyville at bay. Although they did a very good job, because this game could be well out of hand, 6 or 7 goals.
It probably really could be 6 or 7 goals. So give a little bit of credit to the back line from Metro. Also give a lot of credit to the goalkeeper from Metro as well. Also want to give a shout-out to, I don't want to say they're the subs or reserves. I mean, at this point, I think everyone's fighting for a position. But even when our main attackers went out, the players off the bench still kept the intensity up.
Absolutely.
And they basically forced that 4th goal, that own goal. That's for sure.
Well,
Atkinson, Camp as well, or Lamp coming in.
Well, not only did Coffeyville play with aggression and tenacity, they did so in a way that it had fresh legs again with substitutions and good teamwork. It wasn't one player doing all of it themselves. It was the entire team, because the defenders did a good job of being aggressive and pushing that ball back onto Metro's side of the field. And then the midline and the forwards for Coffeyville did the rest of the work.
Insert teamwork cliche here.
That's right. Well, we said a few in the first half, but they apply. Cliches only are cliches when they don't really apply, or there's something better to describe what is going on. And Coffeyville just did a fantastic job.
That was deep from Zach Mitchell right there. As we start off this second half, Metro looking to bounce back, put a couple on the board. Red Raven defense now being called upon. Ball out, back over to the Red Ravens. Looks like Jennifer DeLeon will take this out and throw it in.
Yeah, Coffeyville wasn't really tested defensively. There were a few moments there, and the goalkeeper did a very good job of getting her mitts involved late in that second half. But yeah, Coffeyville defense, this is about as busy as they've been this entire game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Christine Kataru earlier looked like she maybe got stamped on the foot there. Fouled, not called by the ref. Hopefully she's okay.
How often would that happen?
Oh, I imagine all the time.
I was going to guess. Yeah, I know it's a big field, and it is not like they've got size 18 feet out there, but
sure.
As active and as busy as your feet have to be in soccer, you would imagine it happen a lot.
Oh, no doubt about it. Attenborough, excellent ball. Diagonal ball to Kataru. Kataru has one in the middle. She has one on the far side.
Oh, wow. Just outran the ball. Speed was too much for her own good.
And you have to give a lot of credit to the Metro defender right there, number 3. Slid in at the perfect moment.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be, I think, a moment that'll look good on film in practice to get ready for the next game so it doesn't happen again.
You're exactly right. Tried for the service into the box, unable to. Again, good defense from Metro.
And shout out to Austin Mullen down there, my camera guy, getting involved in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to talk about my program for a while. Let's make this about me, all right?
Let's do it. So let's give a shout out to all of our broadcasting scholarship students. Hey, but in all honesty, folks, we stream live sports here on this channel for Coffeyville Community College. We have football, we have basketball, we have volleyball.
Yeah, coming off of back-to-back national titles, that's going to be a fun one.
Exactly. We have soccer.
Yes.
And it's a great service that we provide. You know, if you ask me, it's very cool. Some of these student athletes are coming from all across the United States, far distances, and even outside of the United States, Brazil,
Absolutely.
South America, over in Europe.
And not even just in the typical world sport of soccer, but in volleyball and even though our basketball programs have typically been American based, that we play teams with players from all across the world. So
Sure.
it's really fascinating that Coffeyville, Kansas, can have an impact on the world through this YouTube channel, through our little broadcast program. So it's a lot of fun to be here, and again to be able to witness year in and year out, sport in and sport out. Such really good athletic programs.
I mentioned to Zach earlier he should write a book. I think he's reading a couple excerpts from that book right now. I mean, that sounded nice.
Well, thank you. Now I want to say that I missed Dirk Andrews as a speech teacher by just, I think, like 9 months. I think
that's
you
it.
showed up right
That's all it
after I
was.
graduated.
Yeah.
And so those skills came from not you, but I know a lot of the students come through this program, including a lot of athletes that we commentate on and every sport. So, again, it is a community of a community college here at CCC with so many people being involved. We mentioned our athletic director, Jeff Leiker, shagging balls earlier.
Yeah,
today.
really. He does everything, to
what
tell
a
you the
trooper,
truth.
yeah.
He even picks up trash at the facilities
I've
as well. I
seen
mean,
him do
he
that.
cares so much. Nice ball played
Nice
in here.
job.
Is he going to take it on?
Oh!
Dang.
And from this angle, it looked like the ball had just snuck inside the goalpost. But again, Metro defense just having to put up with more and more attacks, and then the goalkeeper having to possibly get in shape and run down another one. But
no hesitation there from Izzy. I mean, she saw the opening, took it. She has a big enough boot, to hit it from just about anywhere on the field.
A great shot, by the way.
Yes.
I missed it by, 3 or 4 inches at most?
Yeah, at most for sure. I mean, I think it clipped the woodwork, so
absolutely
not far away from being on goal. And here comes another attack. 1-2.
Nice job.
Kataru into the box, looks at her options, plays it off. Oh, wow, that was an excellent play there.
But look at the teamwork.
Yes.
Right? I mean, how many touches, how many players got involved on just that one play that took up, 6 seconds? Excellent job.
Ooh, chested down, Kataru, and in. Go.
I think we got to 8 seconds.
Didn't
on that
quite
one.
get to 38 seconds that time, but what a team goal. Quick on the attack.
Quick on the attack.
Wow, lightning fast.
Well, and again, they go from a missed opportunity on the cross that was saved by the far field attacker that gets crossed back over to them, and then they score 6-7 seconds later. So this Coffeyville team, even when you do right as a defensive unit to stop them, it isn't always enough. And I got to say, it might not have been enough for Metro, and that length of that goal call, Dirk, we got to work on that. It's early in the season.
It came so fast, I did not have time to take a breath. I did not.
What you guys don't know at home is Dirk trains with Navy SEALs on how to hold his breath longer, but it's still early in the season for you.
It is. I'm also, trying to get into game shape as well.
Absolutely. Well, you got to work into it, right? But
I'm fighting a little bit of allergies here as well, folks. I mean,
and it's a Sunday.
You're
on a Wednesday. Dirk is twice as long, easily.
See
on
me
those
on a
goal
Wednesday.
calls.
You're exactly right. But no, back to just the discussion of soccer overall. Here in the United States, the culture. A lot of people might say, "Oh, well, it's boring. Not a lot happens." Not this game. I feel like this game here is a perfect example of what is most enjoyable about soccer overall. The action, that the team play, all of it.
And it's hard to describe even from up here with this view that we have, to be able to see all the scope of how quickly these athletes are moving and the precision of these passes. But take it from somebody who has difficulty on occasion walking in a straight line without bumping into stuff. The skill to be able to use your feet to direct this ball that's bouncing and sliding and weaving through people, and be able to look at this precision on this attack, look at these passes, look at this coordination. That is what makes soccer something that is unlike any other sport.
And it all opens up there. Kataru, just maybe 2 steps off. The goalie, very active today, having to make that decision. Good job by her to come out. But, when Kataru, you have Attenborough, and then maybe even Tally from the midfield coming up. And
good luck.
So many options there.
Yeah, and there again, everybody's hunting for the next goal. Again,
And it all
5-0.
starts in the midfield with defense. I mean,
Yes.
this has been unbelievable, really.
And an unbelievable effort there to track that ball down.
Plays it back with just nobody there. Not a bad idea, though.
No, it wasn't. Just the timing again, just off. And we should mention we're still in the month of August, Dirk Andrews.
Exactly right.
It felt like June and July went by in about half a heartbeat, but
I
August is
know.
sticking around, so this season's still young.
And then we'll be dancing in September, that's for sure.
Oh, it'll be September. September soccer, I think, is really the when you can see a team come together as a unit, but also see the potential for them to continue to grow into the month of October.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
That did not get a great reaction from the booth.
I bet it did from the folks at home, though. I bet it did. Okay.
Oh wow, Dirk.
Okay. All right.
Dirk
Marche knows.
Being forcibly removed from the booth. I've never seen this before. We really need a Dirk cam.
I had a feeling there. I had a feeling.
A real bonding moment here as we all mutiny against Dirk Andrews. But, it brings us together as a broadcast unit, and it really allows us to come together as a community.
And that's what I'm here for, honestly.
That's right.
Come together right now over me. That's for sure. Kataru goes out, substitution in. Looks like maybe Atkinson.
And a quick breather for both squads here, but Metro down 5-0. They're going to need more than a quick breather to get back into this.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And really, they're just trying to see this game out, maybe put one on the board, try to stop this Red Raven offense, that's for sure.
Yeah, good luck, though.
Good luck, yes. Enforcement's off the bench. Good defensive slide there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan Butcher is definitely missing a great game today. Wherever you're at, Ryan, you're missing a good one.
On his couch watching us, laughing at us, which as he should be. I mean,
Yes,
it's
he
perfectly
definitely
acceptable.
should, yes.
But also enjoying, again, the more important part is enjoying the magnificent athletic display that we're being able to witness today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And a pretty good 1-2 there, just a little long on the pass. Seems like that's been there all day, really.
Absolutely. And again, that's something that play isn't necessarily available if you're playing in grass versus turf here up at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It really is a pristine athletic complex if you want to
it definitely
enjoy
is.
top-tier athletics.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful facility.
Well, and, new track installed as well.
And the turf is always kind of maintained at a high level of quality. Of course, the football team will play here, obviously. But, and then again with that tornado there, you can see the TOR and you're in that end zone there. Phil Kinley High School, the local high school, uses it for their soccer and football games as well. So a lot of people out on this field, but well maintained.
Yeah, you're exactly right. High school level soccer, high school level football as well. College level soccer, college level football.
Yeah, a lot of activity out here, which as they should use it.
Speaking of activity out here, Zach
here
Mitchell, Saturday, August 31st, 7 p.m., first home football game for the Red Ravens against Fort Scott.
We're looking forward to it. Coffeyville football dropped their season opener against Iowa Western, the number 2 team in the nation in Iowa.
Yes.
So this will be the first time they were tied 7-all at halftime. Which I think a lot of people were surprised by, given Coffeyville is not ranked nationally, so that was kind of nice to see. But, they'll be out here in 6 days to take on Fort Scott, just up the road. And everybody's going to be excited to see, for the first time this year here in Coffeyville, what the football team's got to offer.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for that as well.
And of course, those you can't watch, or maybe Fort Scott fans who might be tuning into this game for some reason, you can always watch here at KUS and 98.1 or listen on the radio, KGGF, and all that good stuff. Again, the small community really wants to bring you every opportunity you can to experience athletics at this junior college level.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's one of the greatest things about a community college. Community comes first. Nice through ball here. Manley's going to get on the end of it.
Oh, nice crossover.
Can she find? Maybe not a pass right there, but that almost acted as if it were a pass and almost found someone in the middle there.
And again, just keeping the goalkeeper occupied. How important is that to just put constant pressure on someone?
And we've done it all match long, that's for sure. Runners in the middle.
A little late on the cross there on the pass, but the right idea.
Definitely so. In soccer, I think, more than any other sport, baseball, they also say 1 out of 3 times you're doing something great. Almost the same in soccer. I mean, you're going to send in a lot of crosses, throughout the game. they won't always result in a goal, but just putting them in there, creating those chances, that's the most important part. You can't, get down if you're not finding your target every single time. Keep on trying and you'll get there.
Well, I think analytics has really taken off, especially in the major sports, the professional level for basketball.
No doubt.
Football, has QBR and things like that. Basketball has PER. Trying to mimic what MLB has done for the last couple of decades. But in soccer, shooting percentage, really, I think more coaches and more players are more concerned about just shots on goal versus how many actually went in. Because, again, as you mentioned, the more shots you have, just the better opportunities. And that just means you're in possession of the ball.
Yeah, and what's interesting about soccer around the world is some will look at and honestly, sports in the United States too, some will look at the numbers and say,
oh,
what's that got to do with it? Beautiful ball in.
Oh, nice job by the goalkeeper to knock that one away.
She has done a great job for her team.
The 5 goals are more a testament to the competition she's playing against versus her own abilities.
No doubt about it.
This could be 10-0. With a average goalkeeper, it would be 10-0. She's done a very good job.
Red Ravens taking advantage of the passing lanes, taking advantage of their speed as well, and maybe the familiarity with the turf. I mean, you could throw that in there as well. But either way, it's ending up in success for the Red Ravens.
When you practice in a fast environment, and then when that comes to play in game time, you're just going to be maybe even just a half a step is all you need, and that's all they needed right there. Although, again, the goalkeeper doing a great job of keeping it out.
Oh, wow. Nice corner in.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gotten ahead to that, just a bit over her head. Good recovery there for the Red Ravens. Looking at what they can do with this second chance opportunity. Tally in.
Good job of getting 2 mitts on the ball instead of just kind of batting it away with one to kind of keep control.
Yeah, I can't give enough credit to the goalkeeper from Metro. No doubt about it.
Yeah. We said it earlier, but she has earned her scholarship today. Whether her team is able to put one in on the other end of the field, she's done a very good job.
They might want to give her a wide receiver scholarship as well. I mean, she's got good hands.
She's done a very good job. And we've seen her make good effort diving.
Yes.
You like to see that. Again, in soccer, you can be so active. And we're going back to the analytic conversation. Especially at the junior college level, we basically keep track of, I think, saves and goals, and I think assists is about it. So, small moments of just diving or being in the right position or covering somebody, we're not going to be able to track very well at this level. You can see it on film, and, of course, 4-year coaches do. But it's something that, as fans, I think as the more you get accustomed to seeing good level soccer at this level, and for Coffeyville fans, it's been something the last few years.
No doubt about it.
That I've been here at least, and probably before that, obviously. It's just something you can gain more appreciation for the sport.
Excellent find there, Anna, with the
little too
far
much.
post cross. Izzy was probably going for a cross right there, I would imagine. Trying to find, I think, Atkinson at the far post, but excellent ball there initially just to open up everything there. Red Ravens just, man, even though they're up 5-0, they're still hungry, still looking to eat. And excellent defensive job there. Taken down, and
is that going to be inside the box?
That is, I think.
And that's going to be a yellow coming out, I believe.
Yeah, when you impede in a scoring chance like that, I mean, it's going to be yellow every time.
So there's different severity of penalties, or an official will look at something different, midfield versus a scoring opportunity?
And even if it's not supposed to be that way, I think that it happens that way, And even inside the box, sometimes a foul that a referee might call outside of the box, they might hesitate on inside the box, just thinking of the implications that it might bring about to the game or the game flow. It's still such a human, the human qualities is still such a deciding factor when it comes to some of the calls that are being made.
I actually like that. Baseball needs computers for a pitch, for a strike zone, but I think nice job there by the goalkeeper again. But I think from a lot of things, I like the human aspect of sports because that's why you play.
You're exactly right, and I mean, as Butcher and I were talking about last time, some of the greatest plays ever made in sports history would never have happened if we had this eye in the sky, looking down on us all the time, calling plays back, things like that. It would just change the game completely. I do understand where coaches, players, they want to have that accuracy when it comes to making calls, but sometimes it takes the human element out of the game. There's a 50-50 split on that, that's for sure, but it looks like it's going more toward technology and relying on technology. And maybe that's just the way the world's going today, Zach.
I like a blend of both. Obviously, technology allows me to what's it called? Be employed. I like that.
Yeah,
But
okay.
at the same time, if they ever teach computers how to teach broadcasters, I'm gonna be out of a job. So let's keep the human element as much as possible because I like being up here.
I never thought of a robot doing my job until right now, and now I'm very scared.
I apologize.
I'm very worried.
Dirk, I don't take this the wrong way, but there's no robot that could do what you do. And
Oh, that's great.
that being said, Apple's absolutely working on the Dirk bot right now.
They should be, as they should. And back to the game here. Get off the spotlight of my life here. Excellent defensive job there by the Metro
Ooh,
back
and some
line.
a collision down there at midfield. And
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and call that.
looked to be kind of Metro arguing that it was kind of an accident, but the ball not anywhere near there. And when a player goes down onto the turf, you have to wonder what exactly happened.
Yeah, and didn't seem like a lot of exaggeration either. I mean, that was a genuine fall there.
Yeah,
There was a
she
push in the
crumpled.
back, and she was trying to make a play on that ball, but was totally thrown off the path.
And how much we just had our first yellow card, I believe, of the game about a couple minutes ago. How tougher are officials later in the game, in a game where the outcome is probably already decided and there's a chance of chippiness to come in? I mean, are they going to call it tighter? Are they going to let as reserves come into the game? Are they going to let them play a little bit more? What does an official kind of do in that situation?
I don't know. Butcher has done some officiating. He'd be the expert when it came to this, but I just think that each individual ref is different. And certain players, certain refs remember certain players. Ooh, good ball played into the box there, near goal almost there. But, if a certain player has committed 2-3 fouls throughout the game, that fourth foul comes around, you're just like, hey, you've had your share.
Yeah.
You've had your chance. You're going to go ahead and get a yellow card. But, yeah, it's such an individual thing. You never know. I could see where maybe they would let up just a little bit, but at the same time, they don't want to let things get out of hand, injuries and
especially at the college level.
Sure.
Yeah.
Knocking around a little bit. Metro actually enjoying possession here. Haven't had that so much throughout the game.
And I might be wrong on this, but that's one of their first opportunities of even looking at the goal here in the second half. Coffeyville doing an even better job, only one goal to show for versus 4 in the first half, but defensively somehow even better.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And maybe it might sound weird, but good offense might bring about some good defense as well, keeping players rested.
Well, if the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score, right?
There you go.
Kind of keeps pressure off you that way.
And if it were just that easy.
Mm-hmm. yeah, true. It sounds great.
Man,
so.
I could be the next, Nick Saban or something. I don't know.
Yeah, good luck Apple making a Nick Saban bot.
Pep Guardiola.
There you go.
A lot of options. Ooh, Anna just trying to maybe
get pretty fancy over there.
Yeah, tried to nutmeg her world right there, but just unable to. But she is capable of that. That's for sure. She did have options going forward. That has been the name of the game for the Red Ravens, as Metro will go with the substitution here. 25 minutes left in this second half. All Red Ravens all the time. Clever ball played there into the middle. Izzy's going to pick this one up. Just taking her time. Going to reverse field.
Coffeyville has done an excellent job, not only with a balanced attack, but really doing a good job of being proficient in both short and medium-long passes today.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of long diagonal passes, finding their spots, short ones as well.
Yeah, because sometimes, especially like last year, I kind of marveled about how and then a wipeout onto the new track here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
A tough tumble.
Yeah, the track not real friendly to bare skin, so we hope she's all right.
Yeah, hopefully so.
But Coffeyville what I've noticed last few years is they do such a good job of passing in the short term, but this team today especially has done a really good job of just being so accurate on those long passes that have led to some great scoring opportunities.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I'm going to give Izzy a lot of credit. A lot of her passes have been great. They've been able to find Kataru and Atkinson coming down the right hand or middle.
Yep. Yeah, and it's been a host of players that have really been able to put pressure on this Metro team, and that's I think why the Metro defense in whole has been unable to keep this deficit within reach, because when a team attacks and can break you like that, it's just kind of tough. One player you can deal with, but
It's kind of like when Sharks attack, too, if you think about it. I mean, it's
Red Ravens and Sharks do have a lot in common in the animal kingdom. Yeah, I agree, though. It's just, it's that swarm mentality of you just can't focus on one thing.
and that's an excellent ball there. Onside, options in the middle. She's going to look.
Yep.
She's going to find Tally. Tally, that was close.
That was very close.
And they're going to go ahead and get the call on that one. He's going to point to the spot, and that's going to be a penalty for the Red Ravens.
Wow. And what exactly happened there, Dirk?
Well, it looks like feet got tangled. She was trying to make her way toward goal. She tried to make a defensive play there, but she was just a step too late. And even though Tally popped right back up, which is what you want to see from a player, it did impede her way toward goal. She may have been able to get off a shot if not for the penalty. So, yeah, I mean, you have to call that one there. And so Ashley's going to go ahead and take it herself.
Oh, off the Oh, there you go. You get the rebound, and 1 for 2 on that, but it still counts.
Actually, so I think
what
happened there was...
Well, I don't know anything.
Well, it's a lot like a free throw, actually, Zach. If you enter the lane too quick on a free throw, they call it back, and I think that's what happened right there. I think maybe a Red Raven player entered into the box too early, and so it's nulled that goal. And
so
it's
even
just,
if the first strike had gone into the net, it wouldn't have counted, because on that initial run, because as soon as it hits the pole, right, you can go in, right?
No, and I think the initial one would have counted, but the second one did not.
So why? I guess you have to wait until maybe the goal, maybe you get somebody else touches it. I would suppose. Here, we're just going to break down that one play for the next 22 minutes and 19 seconds. How about that?
Ryan Butcher, please call in and help us out. And ball goes out and over to Metro. Yeah, okay, and so back 5-0 there. Sorry for that confusion, but Red Ravens on defense. When in doubt, kick it out. Good job there.
Yeah, just try to clear it out, and then you get to kind of reset everybody and get everybody organized again. With this late into the game, more substitutions happening on a regular basis. So new blood, new legs, but also, again, everybody just trying to get organized, playing with people you aren't used to playing in a game situation with.
You are exactly right. And so we see, I'm pretty sure that's the Metro men's team in the back getting ready. Then we have the Red Raven men over on the south side of the stadium getting ready. Remember, right after this game, probably 15 to 20 minutes or so. At the end of this one, we'll start up the men.
They'll try to start it pretty quick to keep on time. The men was supposed to start at 6. But we'll be right back here. I don't know if I will be on a mic. We might have a student fill in for me. I know that everybody will be so disappointed. But Dirk Andrews, you'll be right here to bring all the action from the men's camp.
It might start a riot. I mean, they might take to the streets if you aren't out there. But excellent move right there to get around the defender. That was awesome job there. Ball sent forward in. Ooh, that was close.
Good effort on the rundown, though, to put pressure again on the other team, so you just can't take the ball easy, and that way you're not able to set up as clean as you'd like.
Yeah, exactly. Force the goalkeeper to make a play. And excellent step up right there. Will she have this one-on-one?
Oh, nice job by the defender there. A nice box out.
Impressive play there from Atkinson. She did not let up at all that whole time. Kept right on it. She has been an Energizer Bunny this whole game.
100%. We were talking about the game previous to kickoff, and last year CCC played Metro here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and the score was 7-3. So the deficit is actually wider in the year 2019. However, you're 2 goals short of what you did last year, and I know the sophomores like to score as many goals as possible. Well, the team does anyways, but you want to do better than you did the previous year, right? So that's why they're still on the attack.
And we still have about 20 minutes left to go. You never know there.
Plenty of opportunity.
Couple crazy bounces there. Some weird English on that ball. DeLeon puts it in. Not quite sure if that was a shot on goal or just maybe a cross trying to find someone at the far post. Either way, that'll result in a Metro goal kick.
Looked almost as both, right? Like, I want to get it near there. If you want to go get it, go get it. But
and that's another interesting thing about soccer. You don't always have to be right on target, but certain areas, you want to try to hit certain areas when it comes to, finding those scoring opportunities. You're not always successful, but you know, with a lucky bounce or a weird carom, you just never know what might happen.
We want to give a shout-out to Metro's designated shoe tire here. Goalkeeper didn't want to take her gloves off, so she can stay in an athletic preparation there. But
completely understandable. I have those shoes that tie themselves, so I don't have to worry about that.
We can't all be sponsored by Nike.
And that's true. I mean, I get that. Everyone can't be, so.
That's true. Yeah, we can't all be Dirk Andrews.
No, not everybody.
If we could be, the world would be a much better place, and that wouldn't be any fun.
I'm going to be running for.
There is a commotion going on.
Yeah, there's quite a commotion.
Ooh, another run out. Ooh.
Nice job there, Atkinson. Oh! Excellent job just to catch that one on that volley.
Oh, put some heat on that one.
She has been everywhere this game. She comes up limping just a little bit, but, man, she's been everywhere. Energizer Bunny. She might get the Energizer Bunny Player of the Game.
Ooh, I didn't realize that was an award we hand out. Usually we hand out, like the David Beck honorary awards, things like that. But, yeah, the Energizer Bunny, I think, can we talk to, was it Duracell?
We could. We could see. Yeah, we don't want to catch ourselves in a lawsuit, that's for sure. We'll call it something different.
But an excellent job. She's done a phenomenal job.
Yes, she has.
Again, where's the ball been this entire second half? It's basically between the 40-yard line and then right at the goal for Metro. So
yeah, on that south side of the stadium, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, we have given out awards in previous years. We've done like a Miss Clean Sheet award.
That's right. There you go. Nice job by the official to be a little bit flexible right there.
And that was a really good layoff.
That really was, yeah.
Player as well. Making the 1-2s just seem seamless. The give and goes.
So for those who don't know, what's the Clean Sheet award?
So, well, a clean sheet in soccer is just not giving up any goals. That's a clean sheet. For the defensive lineman who maybe ran the hardest or the farthest or had the most tackles, came up at really crucial times. Could be the goalie making some big saves. Hey, could even be a defensive midfielder, not allowing the attack to move forward. So it could be any position for the most part, other than maybe forward or striker. But, yeah, the Miss Clean Sheet award, it's going to be a tough one today.
Well, and again, Metro really having barely a handful of opportunities to get a clean look at the goal, let alone be able to do anything with it in Coffeyville. But also, I think you mentioned it earlier, a good defense can sometimes just be a really good offense.
You're right,
so,
yes.
The more pressure you put on the other end, just the ball isn't available for Metro to use, although right here they're doing a pretty good job of breaking down the defense. But
well, and look at that swarm, though. Look at the swarm from the Red Raven defense. You had DeLeon coming from all the way across the field just to track back and help out on that one. And it leads to a nice breakout here. Manley looks up and finds Tally. Tally puts a head to it. And that was really a great header right there to push everyone forward.
Yeah, I distracted Dirk here in the booth. I don't want to reveal the curtain too much, but we've gotten some inside information on the previous penalty kick that gave us such confusion.
Yes.
We've gotten some information from an insider in the soccer world there. Dirk, you want to read the explanation off? Or do you want to just describe what we were talking about?
I'm going to need the explanation here. So I need the cold, hard facts.
I'll read it off to you. So basically, what we were being told is on a penalty kick, so if it's a penalty if the ball hits the pole and doesn't hit the goalkeeper, someone else has to touch it before the penalty kicker.
Oh, okay.
So it was really somebody else needed to break in quicker.
I see.
And so that double touch is what got the penalty. Obviously, that's a part of the rules that I would imagine most players never even think about, let alone really get coached on, because how often does that come up? But that's our insider information. Congratulations, folks. You just learned something.
Oh, and I did too. We would like to thank that insider. We won't name any names here, but he knows who he is. Yeah, speaking of collision, and another tough tackle there. But, as we're babbling along here, action down on the field.
Wow.
Red Raven's not letting up one bit.
No, and Metro doing a good job of being physical. I'm just happy we're on the 5th floor and we're not near that action, because I do not handle physicality very well.
At this point in my life, I don't think my body
No.
could handle that physicality at all. That's for sure.
Big fan of ping pong. That's about as close as I want to get to it. Yeah, no, a great job. And you talk about the speed. We've mentioned so many different players on the attack and so many players getting an opportunity to play in this game for the Red Ravens.
As substitutions come on.
Absolutely, but you talk about the speed of the depth of the Red Raven attackers is pretty impressive.
I'm a big fan of lawn darts.
There you go.
Lawn darts, nothing too bad about that. Little cornhole, nobody gets hurt in that one.
What about some croquet?
Croquet, no problem with croquet. Is okay with me.
We'll put that on a shirt. We'll sell them in the Coffeyville bookstore. You can buy it. Half the proceeds go to the Dirk Andrews Fan Club account, of course.
Which is all three of you guys. I appreciate that.
Well, until you start selling T-shirts.
Another physical play there. And a legal play. Yeah, no doubt about it.
And why was that one legal versus some other plays?
She didn't come from behind. She didn't totally just knock the player down, and she got a lot of the ball. More of the ball than she did the player.
So it's really kind of intent, right? Like, if you go through a player to get the ball, that's out.
Sure.
But if it's the majority of the ball and there happens to be incidental contact because of the play on the ball, it's allowed.
Well, let me say this too. First off, I'm no expert, but I think
this is awkward.
I think the idea of a tackle and what makes a clean tackle versus a dirty one has changed over the years. Because some old school footballers, they like to complain, well, back in my day, that was a clean tackle. Same thing in American football. The game changes, it evolves. You're trying to take care of, the players and their bodies, trying to have them play a couple more years.
I think sports across the globe. Oh, and we've got what a highlight there.
Ryan Butcher, he would be beside himself right now. Wow.
An impressive feat. I definitely have some gymnast activity there on the sideline as the throw in.
And so one of our cameramen up here, Carlton, he says he can actually do that in real life.
I believe that 100%.
We're gonna
hold him to it.
We're gonna hold him to that after the game,
or we're gonna withhold his scholarship.
Exactly, and a dangerous ball into the box.
And there was the goalie not sure whether she should dive in and knock the ball. There were a lot of red jerseys between her and the ball, so you like that wall there. But at the same time, if the ball's in the box for more than a heartbeat and the goalie doesn't have a hand on it, the coach gets pretty nervous.
Yeah, and I think that was Jackson that came in and ultimately cleared that one out with a big boot to send it down the field.
Yeah.
A nice opportunity there for Metro, one that they maybe wish they had back.
Well, and one of the perhaps the most stressful moment for the defense for the Red Ravens today, which is a testament to how they've played so far in this game.
So just about 11 minutes, left here in the second half. Red Raven women totally dominating this match. It's been a pleasure to watch, that's for sure. Free kick here. Metro sizing up the options.
Ooh.
Pretty good ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice pass. Nice low trajectory there. Not a high bounce, so you're able to control it, but Coffeyville able to get it out there. And again, they're on the run.
And I think earlier when I said Jackson came in to make that play, I also think Zapote got her boot in there as well. Nice play downfield. Tally.
Oh, nice job.
And so, again, she goes down. However, the defender that time got most of the ball, all of the ball.
Well, and even in that play, I think the ball was already cleared by the time the contact happened. So anything kind of after the play is really just part of the play. And if you get ball first, then that's what we're talking about.
Well, and if we're talking totally crazy here, our soccer insider will text us and let us know, hey, Dirk, that's not the case.
That's right.
You're not exactly right about that.
And what's the coolest part about having our soccer insider is he pays us.
Ooh.
I don't know why we don't pay him, but I don't understand it either. But we'll be expecting that check in the mail on Monday. Thank you very much.
New Dirk Andrews Fan Club shirts coming soon. Anna Carroll sizes this one up.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, and that's
The wind might have helped the loft on that one, right over the goalkeeper's fingertips, but just a little bit wide.
If teams don't see that on film, they will not know she has that in her arsenal. But she does. She has that in her arsenal. No doubt about it.
She's done a really good job of using both feet on the attack there. That left-footed, nice lob. It just, maybe a couple feet? Was maybe not even that.
Wow, that was crazy. Such a good ball and matter of inches right there.
Yeah. Again, a lot of good learning moments, a lot of things that, again, Coffeyville missed an opportunity on to score, but are going to look good on film when they go back to the film room and they break this down to see how can we get better, because that's what I really appreciate about this coaching staff, and a lot of coaching staffs here at Coffeyville are, okay, we are really good right now. But what's the next step? Because, again, we've always got the eyes on the postseason. So there's a lot of moments in this game. With a 5-0, you would have thought most everything went right for Coffeyville.
Sure.
But in this game, there's been a lot of small moments that, had they gone the other way, we've talked about it, it could be 7-8-0.
Yeah, and honestly, a play that just happened is an example of that right there. An offside's called, but yet Tally and I think it was maybe Sparks there playing that 1-2. Perfect vision there. Just needed to be a little bit more patient to make sure that that player was onside. But yeah, still teachable points. A lot of positive things going forward. Last 8 minutes or so of this match. And again, we see the men getting ready on the sidelines.
They're excited. They had their home opener also on Friday, playing a tough team in a tough game.
Oh,
against
yeah,
Crowder
no
College.
doubt about it.
It was very close. Again, a 2-0 loss, but they played very tough. And the men's team always looking to improve and do kind of build on what they had success last year with. So.
And the thing I love about the men's team is that every time I see them in the hallway or maybe out and about in town, they have such a positive attitude. Even though they've had, maybe some tough friendly losses, they lost to Crowder the other day, they recognize that it's a game-by-game process, and they're keeping that positive attitude, looking at what they did well and trying to work on what they didn't do
well.
so
And
well.
that's something that's tough when you're watching the women's team win by these large deficits. But you see this men's team, you see the speed they have out there on the perimeter. Nice job. Oh, nice catch and
excellent job there.
Fantastic job there by the goalkeeper. But you look at what the men's team has on the table, the athleticism and the speed on the outside, and then you go along with, again, what you just mentioned, the camaraderie and the vibe. There is a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
The men's team is going to look far different come late September or early October than they look right now, and that's something that people can really be excited about.
I totally agree with that right there. A mixture, again, of sophomores and freshmen. Some players who got some PT last year, some who sat the bench and learned. They're getting there, that's for sure, folks. They just came back from summer break, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, and it was, for us employees of Coffeyville Community College, felt like a very quick summer break. But, yeah, we've really we're still getting into the school year. People are still trying to figure out where their classes are even. So.
I've already, and as a teacher, I'm trying to get myself together as well.
Yep.
I've missed 4 classes already this year, so I'm kind of worried about that.
Well, that's just because you just like to skip. You have no regard. You have no respect for the art of the institution of education. But that's just something where, it's still very early. And, again, we're still in August.
Yeah, we
are.
And
it feels like we should be getting close to homecoming week almost.
Is it Christmas yet?
I know, exactly.
Is it Turkey Day yet?
I wouldn't say no to a turkey sandwich right now, though.
I would not.
But, well, Dirk, you have a few more miles to go around. I don't know what you're talking about. But, no, it's just so early in the year, both for the athlete side and the student side.
Sure, yeah. About 6 minutes left in this one. We just saw some substitutes coming on for Coffeyville. Fresh legs and, pretty good play in the back. Open and...
that's going to be wide right, but a good look for Metro there.
Yeah, definitely. So the goalkeeper had to make a decision there. She put the pressure on the Metro player right there. The Metro player had to make the play, and they didn't. And so overall, you'd say a pretty good play by our goalkeeper.
Well, and on that play there, the goalkeeper for Coffeyville didn't even get a hand on the ball, but how big of an impact was that for her to come out and challenge that shot? Is that what causes it to go wide right?
I would say so. Yeah, no doubt about it. Exactly that.
And there, another infraction against Metro, and Coffeyville again with a free kick, and again on the run.
That was close. They saw that opening up there, number 22 Ward, and here we go again.
And just the speed on the outside almost got by the secondary defender there, and Coffeyville still not letting up. We got 5 minutes and a couple of change left.
I'm pretty sure that's Rachel Manley down there, and I did not realize she was that fast. I'm going to have to ask her in class about that tomorrow. I did not realize that.
That's the issue with athletes showcasing their athleticism out here for us to watch is You can't ever have an excuse for being late to class anymore.
There you go. Wow, that's a really good point. I never considered that.
Like,
Yeah, with that type of speed, how could you ever be tardy?
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying. Not that we'd call it anybody in particular, but it's just something that you just see how the talent is here in Coffeyville, Kansas, a small town in southeast Kansas. It's pretty breathtaking.
And so here we go. Free kick from the corner.
Uh-oh.
Ball in, dangerous.
Oh,
And that's going to slide right through. Not quite sure if Metro got a head on that or what, but nonetheless, they do get one goal back.
Yeah, kind of slipped in through the cracks there, and a team that like Metro has fought very valiantly and played very tough this game. They weren't going to take 0 lying down, and they get their first goal of the game. They got 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to try to get another one. Obviously, the outcome's been kind of decided here, but for pride, again, I mentioned earlier in the game, for scouting purposes for the next level, and also just to build on something for the rest of the season, they still have a little bit to play for.
And I think the way they played the second half, I think they deserved a goal for
Well,
sure. I mean, maybe not that first half, but the second half they've come out and they really battled.
You talk about, again, people are going to see a 5-1 Coffeyville dominated, and in a lot of ways they have today.
Sure.
But in this second half, as great as Coffeyville has done, and as deep into the bench as they've gone, Metro's played us on the scoreboard even, which is pretty impressive. Again, I think you give a lot of kudos to Metro on that one. Although, again, going back and just looking at how well Coffeyville's played, no matter what players they've had on the field, has been very impressive.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So Izzy looking to throw this one in. Gonna find Manley on that one. Manley plays it off. Very good ball. Has a runner in the middle. Gonna find her, but
wow, just a little too much speed on the ball. But you had to have the speed to get by the defender, but a little too fast, and it got to the goalie. So
there was a slight hesitation there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll work that out, but that was really good. Izzy, she's had her
an impressive display.
Yeah, she's definitely put her mark on this match, not having to score goals to make an impact.
And that's something that I think in other sports we are learning, especially like basketball, we are learning to appreciate a little bit more.
Sure.
But it's been something, and if you're a diehard basketball fan, you've probably appreciated it for as long as you've played. But in terms of mainstream culture, the idea of somebody being rewarded who scores 2 points a game but is very valuable to a team. But in soccer, that's been something I think in culture for a long time because, again, of the way scoring works. But just being able to dominate a game with small moments is very impressive.
Yeah, and speaking of small moments, Metro putting together a nice last 5 or 10 minutes of this match.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty good passing right there. Just maybe 1 or 2 steps off, but pretty good precision, pretty good vision. Battle down here on this right-hand side. Zapote going to bring this one down, put a big boot to it. Good job there.
Nice clear. Able to kind of set up the attack again, and here comes Coffeyville with maybe one last attempt at another goal here at the end of this.
And so, Zach, we have women's soccer back in action Tuesday at 7 p.m. versus Randall University.
And that'll be a home game. Or
yes, I think so. I think that'll be a home game there.
I believe CCC Broadcasting will be inside the volleyball gym, which hopefully will one day have the name of head coach at least standing on the court.
I think it will.
Yeah, it better sooner rather than later. But we'll be there to for the home opener for the back-to-back national champs.
That should be exciting. It's pretty
great.
crazy how the students pack that place and the CCC chant. I mean, that's going down in history.
If you haven't been to a CCC volleyball game, you're missing out on quite the experience. It's unlike anything I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of fun athletic venues. But we'll be there, and then, of course, you mentioned the football game that will be at about 6 days on August 31st here. So if you can't make it out to Veterans Memorial Stadium, which it should be a nice evening, 7 o'clock,
yes, it
you can watch the game right here. Commentary will be provided by, I think, Sam Speck and the rest of the KGGF crew, and they always do a very good job.
Very cool. Red Raven Athletics is busy altogether this week. We have volleyball. We have they actually have a couple games this week, and they're heading down to a tournament in Highland, or heading up to a tournament in Highland. You have women's soccer. You have men's soccer at Pratt on Wednesday. You have baseball versus Cali on Thursday. Women's soccer again. And men's NEO, 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Friday. A lot happening this semester already.
And not to even mention all of the practices that are going on, or powerlifting teams, the track teams, basketball's getting back into it. There's just a lot of activity on this campus across all sports, and
Yeah, you're
it's
exactly
a
right.
lot of fun to be a Red Raven.
Well, and powerlifting. Ooh, ball into the box, and that is an excellent play there.
Buzzer beater, 4 seconds on the clock, and Coffeyville gets goal number 6.
That was very impressive. Got Carlton Bell out of his seat. I tell you what, now, you don't see that a lot in the junior college game. Not to say that it doesn't happen, but a service from so far out.
Wow.
Such precision on that pass. Such precision on that header as well.
Absolutely. Well,
wow.
Something to smile about heading into the locker room as the game will end. Coach Schicky gets his second win of the year. 6-1. Coffeyville takes it over the visiting Metro team from KC. And what a performance. What a finish. Fantastic job by both teams.
All I can do is shake my head, Zach Mitchell, and all I can do is just look forward to this men's game. So thanks for joining us for this one. My name's Dirk Andrews. This is Zach Mitchell. We'll be back in 15 to 20 minutes for the men's. We'll see you then.